We are going to encounter a word that's not real popular today. That word is sin. Can you say that with me on the count of three? 1, 2, 3. Sin. It's not a word we use too often these days. You don't hear that word used at school. You don't hear it used at work. You don't hear it used at the grocery store. We've got a sin on aisle 3. You don't hear that. You don't hear that. You don't hear it in sporting events, that pitcher sin because he didn't strike anybody out. You don't hear that. And if you research any faith tradition, you're going to find either that word or a synonym of it. If Christ used that word, I would argue we should too. But it's not popular today. And so I want to submit to you today that what we've done in our culture is we've replaced the word sin with words like mistakes and issues and challenges. Here's the problem with that. Our mistakes, our issues, and our challenges are not what put Christ on Calvary's cross. It was our sin. Again, we don't use the word sin. We don't use the word sin to describe the traffic and the weather in Houston, even though it's downright sinful sometimes. We don't use that word, but I think there's going to be some value if we will see it from this vantage point. Truth be told, we don't really want to use the word sin because there's a weight that comes with it. There is a seriousness tied to it. I'll give you an example of how the sting of sin doesn't hurt as bad because we don't use that word as much. So right after I got married, moved here to Houston, and not long after I got here to Houston, I woke up one morning and my face was as big as a blueberry. It was huge. I looked like Shrek. And I talked to some people and they were like, yeah, you need to go see an allergist. I didn't know at the time, but my allergist told me Houston is one of the most challenging cities to live in if you have allergies because of the Ship Channel. So I go see this allergist and he has me lay on this table and he takes my back and he makes an 8x8 board, basically a big old checkerboard on my back, 64 squares. And in each square, they put a different allergen to see how I would respond to the different allergens. Well, out of the 64 things they tested me for, I was allergic to 63. That's why I woke up looking like Shrek. So that began a process where I had to start getting allergy shots. So I get these allergy shots, and the whole aim was to build up my immunity such that I wouldn't respond to those allergens the same way over time. And here's what I realized. Over time, the more allergy shots I got, the less it stung. Well, friends, that's what's going on with the word sin. The more we get away from using that word, the more we minimize the seriousness of it, the less it stings.
Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.